Disney essentially created and maintained a consistent system of symbols about the nature of things across its films, parks, and other products.
Like
no,
the
we haven't done any of that.
bullshit.
Hasn't
The
done any
nature
of
of
that.
things? Like, what is he even talking about?
Yeah, the nature of things would that
How
comes
the world
across
works?
to me as
There's no philosophy.
like some underlying nature of reality, some spiritual realm, some ultimate truth that we have access to and we can identify. That's what that says to me. Not
Right. Not
Do you
we
even
had
talk
the
about that?
sunshine on the savannah.
hey, that's the nature of things. It's literally nature. It's things in nature.
Right.
The nature of things.
Christianity
Or-
also has like interlocking narratives. None of the narratives we're talking about are interlocking in Disney. I mean, Snow White and The Lion King are not related in the Disney universe.
Well, what's the message of Snow White?
This is
there
all
even a message to Snow White?
ridiculous.
This
No.
is ridiculous.
Snow White is chill out until things work out, right? I mean,
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen Snow White and Cinderella. But...
yeah, I don't remember.
But how are those messages imparted onto its believers?
I'm sure you won't tell us, but let's go.
Well, as author Richard Corliss speculated in a 1988 issue of Time magazine, Walt Disney's philosophy may as well have been the Jesuit credo of, give me a child before he is 7, and he will be mine for life. Indeed, Disney's...
He totally is going the anti-capitalist route. He's like, this is all
Yes.
brainwashing.
But this is bullshit because it's not like if there are a bunch of Disney movies that were structured like, oh, all the guys who run the banks and the corporations are your friends, then I'd be like, oh, okay, that seems like,
Right.
like propaganda. But Disney movies are almost always the exact opposite. The rich person's like the bad guy.
Right. Yes.
So I don't know. It
Great
makes sense to me.
point. Yeah.
In fact, I mean, stuff like Mary Poppins, the father was the guy who spent too much time at the place where he works, which was, of course, a bank.
Right.
And he learns to spend more time with his kids and his children
Right.
instead of focusing too much. Going
Right.
that far back.
Right.
That's what these messages
And weren't they going to
Right.
take the house?
I don't think so.
Or was that a
It
different movie?
I think it was a different movie.
The bank was
Okay.
going to take their house.
I thought there's some Disney movie where the bank's going to steal they're not going to steal, but they're going to they couldn't pay the mortgage and the bank's going to repossess the house and they have to raise
Maybe,
money
but
or
I do not recall which one that is.
It's been a long time since I've seen Mary Poppins.
Well, yeah, Mary Poppins, they weren't at danger at losing the house. It was
Right.
essentially that he was knowingly getting on the bad side of the people he worked for because he chose to be with his family instead
Right.
of not working so hard all the
Seems
time.
pretty anti-capitalist to me, but
This is
Especially
so,
considering he works at a bank. It could have been anywhere,
Yes,
but they chose a
yes.
bank.
This is so cherry picking too. He picks one quote from one guy from one article in 1988, and suddenly it's like all of Disney is in favor
know.
of this philosophy.
We can play the quote game. We can find quotes.
Well,
for
it's not even a
anything.
quote from Walt Disney. It's not like Walt Disney came out and said,
Yeah,
"Yeah, give me the kid," and I'll propagandize them.
well, but maybe this is why their views are dropping off because this is the epitome of lazy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
video essayists. Like if you want to do this, you could use Gert's dumb religion's definition, but then you'd actually have to like analyze the Disney films to see if there are these overarching themes that exist through majority of Disney films and what exactly they're trying to say about
Right,
the world, which he's not doing any of this.
This is all about snatching up a Medium post and cranking out a video.
Well, it's incredibly
Has that
surface
feeling,
level.
yeah. This is content you crank out, yeah. And yet somehow it took you over 2 days to sit in front and
To
narrate
say
the
all
script.
this, yeah.
Because all he has to do, like think of it from a production standpoint, his job, maybe he does other stuff, but the point is you sit down in front of your camera, you have your script, you read it out, and now you've got all of that footage. It's done. You could use it for whatever you need. And it's not a 2-day project. It's weird. I wonder what the production of this what that process is, because it seems bizarre that they would have that happen.
I assume what happened was whoever writes these scripts wrote a script that was way too long for one video, so they just cut it in half or something.
What I'm referencing is he changes clothes, like they did it at different days.
That's what I
instead of
mean.
him
Like
just
they
doing it all at
realized
once.
in the script process that this was going to be too long for a single video.
But when he sat down the first time, surely he just finished the whole thing. That's what has me so
yeah,
confused.
I guess. Sure.
Because you're there, you're at the office, you're in front of the camera, you've got the script in front of you, you're doing it, you're recording it. Just do them both.
I see what you're saying.
He
Yes. I don't know,
changed shirts. He's like,
maybe the
listen,
second script wasn't finished or something when they went
Maybe
the first
it's
one.
like a modern Marvel movie where
Yeah.
they start doing the movie before the fucking
Before they
script
finish,
has
yeah.
begun.
they're like,
Right.
this
Christ.
movie sucks. Now we have to reshoot everything.
Right.
Here, give me a new T-shirt.
They're gonna have to like digitally add a T-shirt to this guy.
He has a guy off screen with a shirt. Like he
Yes.
sweats too much or something. He just needs
Yes.
a new shirt.
He said as much, declaring that, "I think of a child's mind as a blank book. During the first years of his life, much will be written on the pages. The quality of that writing will affect his life profoundly." By his
I love this
mean,
quote a
what
great
the
deal.
fuck?
I really like this quote.
That's a Disney quote? That's from
if that's a
Walt Disney?
That's a
Was
great
it?
quote.
may as well have been the Jesuit credo of, "Give me a child before he is 7, and he will be mine for life." Indeed, Disney said as much.
Disney,
Okay, it was a
okay,
Disney
yeah.
quote. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. It reminds you that even children's media should be treated with respect and be high quality and be well written. You should
Right.
take care to make good stories to give to kids. That's an important time where they're forming their ideas and their views of the world. So just because saying it's just for kids shouldn't be an excuse for something being very poorly written or of low quality. If anything, we should be particular about the quality of the things we give our children.
Well, I
Right.
don't see how the debate over, like critical race theory in public school doesn't also embody the same philosophy here. Like, just
Right,
because
it
Disney
does,
said
yeah.
it doesn't mean, I mean, that's true, right?
That is true. Well, first of all, I
Yeah.
would say I think it's what Disney said. I mean, it's sort of ish true. I agree with everything you said.
It's
Rex.
not a
There
blank,
should be
blank book by any
right,
means,
but
yeah.
obviously, yeah, a blank slate is ridiculous.
It's extremely important is the point.
Yes, I agree.
Profoundly. By his own logic, then, Disney has been, for multiple generations, scribbling all over those blank minds, with children spending more time consuming Disney films than they do with organized religion.
That-
And of course, as many of us grow out of childhood and into our teens and adulthood, Disney is right there to accompany us on our journeys.
Now you got it.
Well, that's not even
the
their
choice of the
fault.
word scribbling.
Yeah, I don't like that phrasing.
Scribbling.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like come on.
Especially that good
scribbling?
Disney stuff. That ain't scribbling. They work hard to make that. Like when you look into like The Lion King, which Adam hasn't seen.
I mean, these are classics for a
fucking effort
reason.
goes
It's
in.
not some fucking doodle.
You're right.
Yeah. He's trying to denigrate it by using the word scribbling.
Well, I
Except
mean-
this time,
yeah.
There's a reason that like The Lion King and Aladdin and Mulan, Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. These stories have so much more staying power than something like The Princess and the Frog, which
I mean,
no one cares about.
It's on the screen. The Last Jedi. No
Look,
one's
it's
gonna.
TLJ.
What do you draw?
Yeah.
From it?
Why is this on the screen?
TLJ.
What would a kid draw from this movie? That's positive.
This
Very
is a
little, I
fucking
feel.
scribble right here.
Yeah, this is just a poo.
This is like trying to write your script on a fucking Etch-a-Sketch.
there to accompany us on our
a loser.
journeys. Except this time with Jedis and superheroes and bounty hunters, until life gets so depressing that we need the talking animals again. And then we come
Whoa!
Wait,
what's
what
wrong with
was the
talking
point?
animals? First off, I take personal offense at talking
know you
animals
do.
being bad, so we'll journey over that. There's nothing wrong with having talking animals in something, especially if you say, ah yes, TLJ, that was high art. But anything with talking animals in it, like The Lion
Right.
King and Ratatouille and things like this.
I gotta go. I didn't understand what his point was.
Yeah,
children
let's-
spending more time consuming Disney films than they do with organized religion. And of course, as many of us grow out of childhood and into our teens and adulthood,
okay.
Disney is right there to accompany us on our journeys. Except this time with Jedis and superheroes and bounty hunters, until life gets so depressing that we need the talking animals again. And then
Right.
we come to
Well, first of all,
Adulthood is depressing. That's the message.
how does that even work when? I mean, these like Disney acquiring Marvel is really recent in
Yes.
Disney's history.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, it's all these are recent additions to Disney. I mean, how does this? If you're talking about like Disney shaping the minds of the children to be its own religion, you're talking about like decades and decades and decades process, which
Plus,
that doesn't make any sense.
And if your kids are spending less time in an organized religion and they're spending their time doing other things as a result, some of that will be watching more Disney content, which isn't Disney's fault.
Well, it's not a question of Disney's at fault. The question is Disney can he shoehorn Disney to be a religion in this definition?
Like it's incidentally doing something that religion used to fill their time with.
I mean, is that
I
all
guess
it is? Religion is something that you fill your time.
I know.
Well, in the way
That's
that
a
in the way that
horrible
he's-
definition.
No, in the way that he's saying
Yeah, right,
kids
right.
used to spend time in organized religion. They're not doing that as much. So
Yeah.
now some of that will be watching more Disney content, which is like, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Good Lord. Oh no, I used a sacred word. Now our show is a religion.
That's true.
To part 4 of our definition.
Well, actually, you know what? That'd be funny. Would our show count as a definition according to that definition?
Yes, now tithe.
We have a set of symbols. Okay. We
speak from
establish
these
powerful,
symbols,
pervasive, and long-lasting moods and motivations in people.
yeah. Absolutely.
We
Terror,
formulate
fear,
concepts of general order of existence. Definitely true.
Yeah.
We clothe those conceptions with an aura of factuality. That is also true.
Yeah, we were concerned with the truth.
And the moods and motivations seem uniquely realistic. Uh-oh.
This really is a
Uh-oh,
comedy
guys.
show.
Uh-oh, guys. The Sitch and Adam show is, in fact, a religion.
Right. Now we have to change the comedy show thing to religion in quotes.
A religious show. It's a religious
Guys,
show.
we're not a comedy
Adam.
show. We're a religion show. We're a religion
Yes. Okay.
Sitch and Adam. Religion.
If our show fits this criteria or definition of religion, it's a shitty definition.
Looky there.
What's your
They
holy?
got
You
the
have to come up
cast-
with a holy book.
They got the castle in the background.
The Holy Book is
Disney
Dictator's
pointing at a
Handbook
star.
and Jonathan Haidt's Moral Foundation.
Yeah.